Again, I don't want you to watch the video until you've tried this problem yourself. So if you haven't tried it yet, stop the video and go ahead and give it a shot yourself, especially if you've already watched all the previous videos. All right, so given the equation, Q is equal to 2 times D plus 6, where D is the number of ducks, and Q is the number of quacks you hear each minute. So, of course, I would think the more ducks, the more quacks, right? Yeah, that would make sense. So an increase of one duck will lead to, I would think, an increase, but how many quacks? So we want an increase of one duck. Okay, so let's check this out. Let's go with our equation and let's make a t-table. Again, our input is on the left, our output is on the right, and let's go ahead and start with 0. 2 times 0 is 0, plus 6 is 6. Now, this doesn't make sense at all. But again, this is how we kind of get going with our equation. What this says is 0 ducks, we have 6 quacks. So this would only make sense, of course, if like there's a hunter and he's using a duck call, right? Because we don't have any ducks, but we're hearing quacks. So it doesn't really make sense, but for the sake of the problem, we can go ahead and ignore the fact that it doesn't make sense right now and keep going. So let's go ahead and plug in a 1 for the ducks. So 2 times 1 is 2, plus 6 would be 8. Okay, so this means if I have one duck, okay, if I plug in one duck, I'm going to have 8 quacks per minute. All right, sounds good. So let's put in a 2. All right, 2 times 2 is 4, plus 6 would be 10. So if I have 2 ducks, that means that I'm going to have 10 quacks per minute. Okay, so kind of got the idea here. As the ducks increase, the quacks increase. So if I increase by one duck, that's going to increase by how much? Well, let's see here. If I go up by one duck, I actually did more in my table than I needed to. I only needed to go up to 1. So if I increase by one duck, I increase by 2 quacks. All right, so I can see that here. Plus 1 duck is plus, I'll go ahead and include that plus sign so we remember that it's increase, is plus 2 quacks. Again, if I would have just plugged 1 in right here, because remember, we're doing an increase in 1. So if you just plug 1 in, okay, and 2 times 1 is 2, and there's your 2 quacks that we're looking for. All right, so that would possibly be a shortcut if we understand what's going on, but the table really helps us to see what's happening. So what we want to say is that an increase of 1 duck will lead to an increase of 2 quacks. Again, we're gonna put a 1 in for this D, and we're gonna get these 2 extra quacks. All right. So again, increase by 2 quacks.